Hello everyone, my name is Veildon and welcome back. I meant to make this video earlier, but unfortunately I got caught up in a lot of life stuff. But I did want to talk about the stuff that I saw in the Dying Light 2 gameplay reveal today. And I mean, I guess there was before, maybe, trailer, I don't remember. It's been a while. Um, but they showed a lot. It was this segment where you got to meet some of the characters and especially the main character, get a feel for how he is and some of the people that he works with. I don't know how far in the game that is, or if it's like still really, really early, but it seemed like it was maybe a little bit in. Um, from what I got from it, you play as a new character named Aiden Caldwell, I believe it was. Um, and he seems like a lot more of a hard ass or um, more serious than I found Crane to be. Not saying that he wasn't, but uh, he's a lot harder. It seems more aggressive towards the people that he meets. Um, and as I was watching it, it like opened up in this like bar setting, and as they're walking around, you see all these people like partying, having a good time. It gave like a huge like different feeling from what the first one had in a lot of like well pretty much anything that the first one had. You got these people standing around and enjoying themselves, having a good time, talking, partying. There was someone singing on stage, people serving drinks and that kind of stuff, and that's like so different from what the first one was like. I'm sure that later on, and especially like around night times, it's gonna get more scary, like it was in the first one. But of course, remains to be seen. Uh, and then I believe it's separated into multiple districts. I can't recall exactly how many, but when it opens up and they step outside, they're inside of District 2. And so far, they were trying to get the Colonel to turn on the water pumps because they were running out of water. Um, yeah, a variety of different areas. Weapon mods are back, so that's awesome. That kind of thing. I did see blocking was pretty efficient in it, at least against most of the human enemies. There was a bigger guy later, but we'll get to that. Um, it's brutal. Like as I was watching, you could see like when you cut off the arms, legs, whatever, the piece is still sticking out from where they suffered the damage from, and I was like, wow, that looks so much more like grotesque and oh, it looks good. Like visually, it's phenomenal. I watched a dude get his throat slit at some point, and he like struggling, trying to hold it back, but oh my god, dude, it looks good. Um, Another aspect is choices. They actually have like huge differences, it seems, in this one. I know they talked about that in the first one, but I didn't notice a ton of that. Um, from what I saw in the video, depending on your choice, right away, like there's this dude Frank. I guess he's real good friends with Aiden, and he gets shot, and he decides to go after the van of the people that shot him, and he dies, at that point. But they say like maybe if you had chosen to like stay, it could have been different. Because you went after the guy, you got into where you were going a lot easier than it would have been. Stuff like that. So story changes depending on how you do things. Um, and the world seems a lot more alive than it was in the first one. Was watching them run around on the roofs, and instead of just like in people being in designated areas, the little safe zones and stuff, there were people standing around working. There were people actually like working on the buildings. It seemed like, and it was it gives a lot more of a not like you're all by yourself while running around type of situation. You actually feel like the world's alive constantly, people here and there, and all that kind of stuff. So the Colonel is another one that I want to get to. He, the way that they showed it right away, he seemed like a terrible guy, but after watching the entire thing, I'm not 100% sure if he is. He, because you can decide, it's a choice. Like, do you want to help him out or do you want to do what you came to do? And the way that they were interacting, you kind of got a feeling of maybe this dude's not as bad as he seems he was. But again, remains to be seen. Grappling hooks back, wicked. Uh, and it looked like there was some kind of like wingsuit, which is kind of cool, I guess. You're not completely relying on the grappling hook to get around all the time, which is something that I think is a good improvement. Using the infinite health grappling hook to get around all the time, especially since it can get you out of danger all the time, with like little to no drawback ever, was a little silly. But I mean, it was cool. Um, and you can use the new grappling hook in different little like ways. Like you can, if you're in the middle of a fight, you can like hook it onto the ceiling and use it to swing out, kick a dude in the face, knock people down. I don't know if you can use it to like just push things away, like in the first one, but we'll see. You know, but so far it looks a lot more of you can combine it with other stuff is what I'm trying to get at. You can like the old move where you would like jump off of a building and slam with a heavy weapon. You can do that now, like still, but you can use the grappling hook and hang down and drop and smash, and it's wicked stuff. Returning stuff, just like that stuff. Some abilities, the head jump I saw, jumping off the zombies, drop kick, and some new stuff. I saw wall running, which I thought was pretty cool. And there was a segment where he's running on one wall, leaps to the side, runs along that wall. And he used the zombie to cushion his fall, and I thought that was really cool. And there was a short segment with they said the dark zone, but I don't know if that's like officially what it's going to be called or not. But I don't know if you're infected in this one. It looked like while he was inside of that room, he started to become infected. So it seems like a lot of kind of like Dead Space in certain rooms where there were clouds. When you would step inside, there were these monsters you had to take out to prevent the infection. I don't know if that was an infection thing, but poisonous gas basically. And you would, if you stand in it, your infection meter would go up, and then eventually, I assume you die. I honestly don't know. Um, Ultraviolet light. I saw stamina being used to open a door. I don't know if that's like you're going to be able to access different areas depending on how strong your character gets later on. He was trying to push it open inside of that dark zone, and he, didn't have enough stamina, couldn't do it, so he had to find a different way out. So maybe there would be like little treasure rooms, kind of later. That'd be pretty cool. Um, I did see him get grabbed, and then another zombie like stacked on to that one, so maybe it gets harder to bash out, like if you're getting swarmed. Um, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it so far. I'm sorry, I'm reading over some notes because I want to make sure that I hit everything that I wanted to hit. Um, Back to the kernel. Not so much. Well, not so much the kernel, but exactly what you were trying to do in it. They ran out of water. Was a little thing going on at the time, from what they've shown. So that's why they went to see him to try to switch it back on. Um, I did notice that when he grabbed onto something in the game from a bit of a fall, like when he grabbed onto a ledge, he slipped and fell down and grabbed onto a different one. So I don't believe you're able to do that anymore. Survive a huge fall by landing on the one. Uh, Stealth was, I mean, that was a big one in the first one, but this was quite a bit different. As he's sneaking through like the colonel's like castle kind of thing, he sneaks up behind a dude, and I was expecting the standard like neck snap, but no, he grabbed the guard and held him down until he died. um, and human enemies are not walking tanks, and that's like a huge thing. Because in some of my videos in the first one when I was playing it, I would try to swing and swing and swing, and these dudes would not go down, and I had to spam sliding under them to knock them over and bash them until they were done. Um, but of course, I don't know how strong the guy is. Maybe it's still going to be the same way. We'll see. Um, and they did reveal one like interesting new weapon. It was called the Scorpio. It kind of looked like a harpoon gun, and it doubled as a melee, and I thought that was pretty cool. So, first impression so far, the game looks phenomenal. Huge step up from what the first one had. Um, Story, it seems again a lot more live. You interact a little more. People seem to be not as distressed or depressing all the time, but you know things might change depending on how you play the game, which I think is a huge thing. Like that is awesome. Seeing the world change depending on how you do things or who you decide to side with. Um, and they talked about factions. They said uh, two of them, but obviously there might be more. I don't know. And the choice that he made was to turn on those pumps. And this goes with the change thing. When he did it, the water drained out from this one area, and it revealed a whole new like city for you to explore. There were quests there, supposedly. Probably new people to meet, and it looked like I don't want to say that it was a volatile that spawned out of the ground because obviously I don't know. It's just a hand, but it did seem like you may run into different mutations depending on how you play the game, which is pretty wicked. So I kind of like to see where in one playthrough you have like you know volatiles returning, and then in another playthrough because you choose to do something else, you run into something totally different. Uh, but we'll see. Uh, but yeah, phenomenal looking. Can't wait. Super hyped. Uh, so yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy my babbling, maybe hit like, subscribe. I do have more content coming. So thank you very much, and everyone have a great day.